Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Cathedral Check-In. My name is Mark McDonald, and I'm the Communications Officer and Assistant Director of Music here at Christ Church Cathedral. Today, in lieu of our usual interview format, we'll have a brief presentation by Dr. Martha McGinnis. Martha is the co-chair of the Cathedral's Conciliation think tank and was a recent participant in Coventry Cathedral's virtual pilgrimage for the community of the Cross of Nails, along with the Reverend Canon Jeannine Friesen. Before I turn things over to Martha, it's worthwhile mentioning that Martha and Jeannine will be facilitating a book study from June 9th to 30th on Reconcile by John Paul Lederich. For more information on the study and to register by May 13th, please see the Cathedral's e-news or contact the office at frontdesk@christchurchcathedral.bc.ca. Thanks, and over to you, Martha.
Hello, my name is Martha McGinnis, and I'm a parishioner at Christ Church Cathedral in Victoria. And I'm one of a group of people who are going to go to Coventry Cathedral in 2020 for their May pilgrimage for members of the Cross of Nails community, which is a worldwide organization committed to reconciliation and peace building. So we we were not able to go to Coventry, of course, because of the pandemic. And recently, Coventry announced that they were going to do their pilgrimage for this year online. And so one of the members of the group, the Reverend Jeannine Friesen, and I decided to participate in the online pilgrimage. So that happened from April 28th to April 30th. And we each of the participants, each of the groups participating, made a little introductory show or presentation about their group and where they came from. And so I was asked to share this with the community. So I will just do that now. I've recorded it, so I'll just share my screen and run the presentation. Hello, we're coming to you from Christ Church Cathedral in Victoria, British Columbia in Canada. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we live, work, and play on what have been for thousands of years the traditional lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples. In this region, those are the Esquimalt and Songhees First Nations, and we take to heart the work of reconciliation, which is ours to do. We are the Reverend Jeannine Friesen, the Secretary of the Board at CCN Canada and an honorary assistant at the Cathedral, and me, Martha McGinnis, linguistics professor and co-chair of the Conciliation think tank at the Cathedral. The other co-chair is the Reverend Dr. Martin Brokenleg, a Lakota elder and psychologist who sits on the advisory board of the Canadian Companions of the Anglican Diocese of Jerusalem, which is a program of the National Anglican Church. This group partners primarily with Palestinian Christians on educational, justice, and humanitarian efforts. In Lent 2016, our then bishop and former dean of the cathedral, Logan McMenemy, undertook a sacred journey of reconciliation with the indigenous peoples of this region. He walked 480 kilometers from Alert Bay in the north of the diocese to Victoria in the south, seeking permission from First Nations representatives to enter and stay on their traditional lands. To honor the parish and diocesan commitment to reconciliation and peace building, the cathedral's baptistry was rededicated in 2019 and renamed the Cathedral Chapel of Reconciliation in Coventry Cross of Nails. The very Reverend John Whitcomb came to Victoria and presented the cathedral with the CCN Cross of Nails at the rededication service. You can see on the left, Jeannine Friesen carrying the Cross of Nails, and on the right, our Dean Ansley Tucker, Bishop Logan, and Dean Whitcomb. So since then, we've had a number of reconciliation initiatives. Maybe the most significant has been the result of an ongoing series of discussions between our dean and former Bishop Logan and the chiefs of the Esquimalt and Songhees First Nations to develop the south lawn of the cathedral into a space with Indigenous art and signage, and plantings, and recognition of the fact that the cathedral sits on the traditional territories of Indigenous people. So in recognition of this, the cathedral's AGM approved this very important motion that in the spirit of reconciliation, the parish council agree in principle to the development of an agreement between Christchurch Cathedral and the Esquimalt and Songhees nations concerning our shared efforts to renew the South Lawn, or Cathedral Commons. Such agreement to protect in perpetuity the rights of all three parties to be engaged in any decision about changes to the use of land as a natural environment, Indigenous signage, and Indigenous art. Since the pandemic, we've had somewhat limited congregations, but have been able to live stream services. So this is a Pride Evensong that Dean Ansley Tucker, the Cathedral Choir, and the Conciliation Think Tank were involved with in collaborating with the Church of St. John the Divine in Victoria for their Pride Evensong, which alternates annually between our two churches. There was also a very moving All Souls Day service, which began with a prayer song and dance by Songhees traditional dancers, something I don't think has ever happened in the cathedral before. And an Indigenous women's drum group known as Answer also sang and drummed. There were also moving words from our parishioner, Victor Amy. You can see the cross of nails and inscription behind him there. And from Julian Daly, the CEO of Our Place Society, which is an inner city community center serving Greater Victoria's most vulnerable people. Our new bishop was consecrated and installed earlier this year, and our former Bishop Logan gave our new bishop, the Right Reverend Anna Greenwood Lee, bishop's crozier, as you see, and also with the permission of the elders, an eagle feather given to him at the demolition of St. Michael's Residential School in Alert Bay. Well, we look forward to meeting our fellow pilgrims and hearing your stories. Got some greetings here in 3 languages spoken on Vancouver Island, where Victoria is located. Heichka Siem from Senchothan, Kleko Kleko from New Chalnoth, and Kilakesla from Kwakwala. Also, shukriya, danke, merci, and thank you. Thanks for watching, and hope that was of interest to you all. Bye-bye.